Yo, it's Mike. We're here today to talk about the greatest point-and-shoot camera ever made. The Olympus Stylus Epic. This thing, man, it's beyond words. It's perfect, takes 35mm film. Everyone needs one in their life. That's all you really need to know. You can click away from the video now. If you want to hear me go into greater detail on this, geek out over it, let's get to it. Let's go now. Go. Alright, so the Olympus Stylus was a predecessor to the Stylus Epic. It was a little bit boxier. It had a bunch of zoom variants on it. It had a maximum aperture of 3.5. Or this one, when this came out, changed the game. It's the Rolls Royce of point and shoots, and I can say that with utmost confidence. It's sleeker than its predecessor. It's a prime fixed 35mm focal length f2.8. This lens sharp corner to corner. Has a built-in flash, which really, for flashes, I'm not the biggest fan of them. They tend to just blow everything out in the shot, overexposed highlights. It just washes all the color out. But this one, for whatever reason, it's incredible. It gets it right every single time. And this camera is very flash happy. It will put the flash into as many shots as possible. It just likes it, and frankly, I think it gives it a very, very, very iconic look, and man, it just looks fantastic. The thing that makes it the best camera ever in the world, aside from all that, is the fact that it is so pocketable. This is my hand. Look at that. It fits into any pockets, in any attire or garments you wear out. Like Chase Jarvis said, the best camera is the one you have with you. This is always with me because it's so portable. I take it everywhere with me. I never miss a moment because I always have this with me. By the way, Olympus boys, we in the building, is lit. So it is a very, very discreet camera. If you're into street photography, great for that. Especially this black one. This is the standard one. There's a deluxe version that has a gold body, which is very good. And the deluxe one also comes with a fake panorama mode that really doesn't work. And it has a quartz date, if you're into that. Some quirks, rangefinder, pretty tiny, but it's well lit inside, which is nice, clear frame lines. It has a pretty advanced focusing system for a point and shoot. It has 3 spots horizontally across. And if you have 2 people standing, for example, one here, and you kind of frame everything up in the center, so you have your center point between the 2 subjects. Normally with a typical point and shoot, it would focus to infinity between the subjects. People would be out of focus, but with this one, it's smart enough. It compensates for that. It looks for things in the foreground. It's able to focus correctly and matches things up with those 3 points that go along the horizon of the frame lines. Friggin' fantastic. It also has a spot metering mode, which is incredible. And it also ties into one of the quirks about the camera. On the back, you have 2 buttons on the standard one. You have a bunch of flash options and some timer options. And so to access the spot metering, you have to press both of them down together. And when that happens, I'm not going to do it now, but basically you look away, that's the spot you want to expose, half press the shutter, that locks exposure and focus, and you can reframe, take the shot, and that works beautifully. The issue with this though, anytime you fiddle with any of the settings on the back, self-timer or flash, anytime you close the camera and turn it off, it resets everything. So when you open the camera up again, you're going to need to input all those settings again. It doesn't stay in the camera's memory, if you can put it that way. So each time you open it, you're going to have to re-input those custom flash settings if you want to get it into spot metering mode. You have to press these 2 buttons every time you open the camera up. Kind of a pain in the butt. But truthfully, I don't use it too often. It just gets it right every time. It exposes correctly every time. As I said, lens, mamma mia, unbelievable, second to none. Man, everything about this just feels so good. It's so discreet, like I was saying. Mine is beaten to shit, as you can see. It's supposed to say Olympus Stylus Epic. You just see an O and the remnants of an L, which, if you're looking for something more discreet, I guess is beneficial. The reason why I got such a beat up one is because I was just so desperate to find one, in all honesty. Looking through eBay, and every auction I went into, I wound up getting outbid at the last moment, and I just got so fed up. I needed to take whatever I could get. I was trying to get the deluxe one because the gold, man, cool, it's looking good, but I just needed this for its performance. So I figured go with whatever I can, use it every day till it breaks on me, buy another one. They're relatively inexpensive. I got this one for 35 bucks, I think, and it's a powerhouse. There's no other way to describe it for the value of your money. This is second to none, man. I will take this over so many both film cameras and modern DSLRs. There's just something about the feel of this that just feels so right. When you snap the clamshell open, take the shot, slide it closed, it's just all, look at this, all one-hand operation. That's what makes it so convenient. There's nothing in the way of you getting your shot, and that's what makes me like this camera so much. And also, this has kind of put me on a point and shoots in general. I'm realizing that they're a very convenient, very powerful tool in your photography arsenal. I recommend them to everyone, man. So even though the flash modes can be kind of a pain in the butt, they are pretty clever. You do have a lot of options to play around with. You have either flash on, off, you can have it in a red eye mode to help correct the red eye, obviously, which is actually really clever. Basically, the reason why red eye is so prominent on this camera is because the flash is so close to the lens. So when it fires, that proximity, it lights up the red goop in people's eyes and you get that red eye effect. So basically what it does, when you're in the red eye counteract mode or whatever you want to call it, it pre-fires a small flash which closes down people's eyeballs, and then it fires a regular flash and takes the full exposure, and it's fantastic. You also have a really clever nighttime exposure mode you can kind of compensate for. Well, it'll fire the flash and it'll also keep the shutter open for a little bit longer to capture ambient light, and that's a fantastic way of getting balanced exposures at night, which is ridiculously complicated even with full manual controls. And at this point and shoot, it is an all automatic camera, and I have full confidence that it'll get the job done every time. Some people might be a little off-put by the fact that it likes to stay open at f2.8 a lot. It doesn't tend to stop down past f11, but I love shallow depth of field. I love, you know, it's what gives this camera that iconic look, what gives it that special feel. The fact that you are almost always shooting at f2.8, except in like really harsh sunlight. I don't know, something beautiful about it. You might have noticed there, the best part about this camera, I keep saying the best part, every part of this camera is better than the last. It is full of surprises, it's full of joy. This is a totally weatherproof camera. The original Stylus was not, this is totally weatherproof. Take it out in the rain, snow, sleet, hail, anything, man, that's a trooper. It's a photographic engineering masterpiece. The only really downside I can think is the fact that it takes a bit of a wonky battery. I don't know the name on it. All this battery tells me is it says 123 on it. I don't know what that means. So it might be a little difficult to find the battery at first. Tripod mount is a little flimsy. You find it might be a little small for some people, but aside from that, can't speak highly enough about it. Perfect camera, Olympus Stylus Epic, greatest point and shoot ever made, most versatile camera I think I own, able to take it everywhere with me. It gets the job done. Lens is fantastic. It has sensors to read DX coding on film, which is a blessing and a burden. If you like to push film, you're gonna have to scratch out or paint in extra little DX coding marks so that it can read it automatically. It only has 4 pins to read the coding, to read the DX coding on the film rather than 6. So we'll go from 100 to 3,200. Frankly, the selection of film that we have out today, those are the most common numbers. You're not going to be putting 25 ISO film in this. It just doesn't make too much sense. This is supposed to be an all-purpose thing. You can put 400 ISO, 800 ISO, and you're going to go and shoot every day, everywhere with this perfect camera. I love it. So death do us part. Olympus boys, Olympus Stylus Epic. That's all for now. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.